I see broken, but you see beautiful.
My name is Jennifer. I'm 48 years old, and I've been at the Abba House for 17 months. My 2 grandchildren live here with me. They moved in March. And this is my story. I grew up in a Jehovah's Witness household where Mom ruled with an iron fist, and so did God. We were always learning about the wrath of God, the fear of God, what you got to do to obey God, all His commandments. I never really remember learning about the love of God or of Jesus, and the Holy Spirit was never mentioned. The sexual abuse started when I was around 4. I was molested by several members in my family until the age of 16, when it eventually stopped. But the damage was already done. At 18, I found myself pregnant and homeless, just laying on anybody's couch that would let me. I met a man who later became my husband. He was 30. 12 years and 4 kids later, I discovered that my daughters had a secret, that what had been happening to me as a child was now happening to them as children. And the devastation of that really took a toll. Any self-worth that I had built was gone at that point. The shame, the guilt, the how could I have not known really consumed me. Methamphetamines entered my life that year, and they became the most important thing. I put it above my children, above my career, above the bills, above my family, above everything. Eventually, I got in trouble. You can't live that kind of lifestyle without doing things you're not proud of. And I started getting arrested. There was a time where I ended up in prison for 3 years with some pretty serious charges. My children had to go stay with family. I did my thing. I got out of prison, and 2 of the children moved back in with me. I started doing all the things, getting the house, the car, the job. I was doing good for a little while. I was kind of proud of myself. I was even going to church. But then I was devastated again when I learned that my sons had become abusers themselves. And I couldn't cope. My heart was broken. And I dove off the deep end. I spun out of control really hard. I did get married again. We were no good for each other. Drugs, trouble. He would be in rehab or jail. And then I started getting in trouble. We were raising our grandson Hero, from the time he was 6 days old, pretty much. So it's just me and him. And I was doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. And the darkest time in my life was when I was arrested. And the police took me to the police station. And I had to leave Hero in the parking lot to wait for family members to pick him up. It took me a year to get in front of a judge. And when I did, I convinced him that I was worth a second chance, that the drugs made me do it, that I deserved another chance, even if I didn't believe it myself. I just knew that I had to get out and get Hero back. When I got to the Abba House, I remember feeling the peace. I'd lived a very chaotic life, and I felt peace when I was there. That didn't make things easy. The Abba House is a hard program. I was stubborn. I was arrogant, because after all, I thought I knew the Bible. I thought I knew God. I don't really remember when it changed, but I do know that I started applying what I was learning. And I decided to dive into the Holy Spirit, because that's the one thing like I said, I'd never known about. So I truly dived into it. And that was life-changing. The Holy Spirit became my best friend. And like I said, it wasn't overnight. I just turned around and I was different. I remember realizing I'm nice to people. And I remember that I was letting people love me and I was loving people. And I couldn't say that before. There was also another turning point when I realized that I had to forgive my mother. My children were giving me so much grace. They would say, "Mom, you were broken. Mom, you had a lot on your plate." And I remember the day I realized, why couldn't I extend that to my mother? I was holding her hostage. And when I realized that I was doing that, I decided to do something about it and change it. Because if my kids can give me grace, I can give her grace. Because she was broken too. So there's a turning point. Forgiveness. I've truly forgiven. The restoration in my family has been amazing. I'm closer to my children now than I ever been. To my family, my brother, my sisters, my mom, they're proud of me. And I don't think they've ever said those words to me before in my life. I'm proud of myself. God started blessing me with my heart. When my heart changed, He started blessing me. I didn't think that Hero would ever come and live here. I didn't think I'd get him back. But God, He started blessing me. And one day Hero came and I got a bonus. His sister, Halo, moved in with him. And I've had him since. And I get to stay here at the Abba House. I've decided to work for the Abba House. I get to work in the public relations department. I'm going to stay close to my safe place. I'm grateful for the Abba House. I'm grateful they introduced me to the Holy Spirit. And I get to graduate today.